straight to the moon, get your ticket now. Everybody line up, get your tickets, we're going. Did you buy the tip? Yeah. Do you like rocket ships? Oh, what a yeah. You wanna try this shit? Yeah. We got everything you need, you better buy some bitty now. Everybody, long live Ponzi. Everybody, long live the Ponzi ride. Never short it. Bitcoin's back, alright.
Alrighty everybody, welcome to SirToshi's Bitcoin Chart Show. Today's day is Sunday the 27th of June 2021. This is the Bitcoin forecast, the strength of the system, the health of the network, where we find out what's up with what is going down. So without any further ado, let's just jump straight into these figures. Quite looking forward to this today. So moving from left to right, we've got Coolcoin BTC, we've got Bcrash, we've got Bitcoin, which is the original protocol, which is the real Bitcoin, the true Bitcoin, the genuine Bitcoin, BSV, and then we've got eCash, which is like elementary cash because it's absolutely ridiculous, like Fisher Price money. So let's start off with Coolcoin BTC. We'll just have a little intro from Peter explaining why we call it Coolcoin. Take the floor, Pete.
Bitcoin is so different now from when Satoshi was here.
Exactly. That's why we don't call it Bitcoin anymore. It's Coolcoin.
It's a completely different project.
Yeah, it's nothing like Bitcoin. That's why we don't call it Bitcoin.
It doesn't matter who Satoshi is anymore.
Yeah, because Satoshi designed Bitcoin. He didn't design that piece of crap Coolcoin BTC.
Even if Satoshi came back, I don't think he would just be immediately welcomed as having this God-given right to decide what happens with Bitcoin. I think he would have to earn his right back into the project.
Which he would never want to do because he would be driven out by pitchforks just like Gavin Andresen was, because those nefarious entities, i.e. a la Blockstream, have completely changed Bitcoin from its original design. It doesn't follow the original protocol. SegWit has been implemented, which means that Blockstream are accountable to nobody, which means they centrally control the network, which means they've turned BTC into a security and crashed its fundamental value as money to absolute zero. You moron.
Bitcoin is built based on consensus now.
What? Like it wasn't before? Did you even read the white paper? You absolute goon. Let's have that one more time.
Into the project, Bitcoin is built based on consensus now.
Are you sure about that, Pete? Because it didn't sound like it to me. And let's just have Sam Samau, the Chief Strategy Officer at Blockstream, to see if he can confirm that. So, Samson, what do you say about Coolcoin BTC?
Yeah, Blockstream controls it.
That's right. Any response to that, Max?
All right.
And Roger Ver, let's. What are you going to do with your project?
And we're going to really spread Bitcoin Crash across the entire country here in Antigua.
Exactly. Bcrash. Good luck with it, you absolute buffoon. And Roger, what do you say to all those multinational corporations who say they need a regulatory compliant monetary system in order to conduct billions, if not trillions of dollars of global trade and international commerce?
The ones that say that the blockchains all need to be legally compliant about everything all the time, just go use your Visa card.
Fine, I will, you absolute buffoon. And here we have Bitcoin. So we'll just have a quick word with the creator, CSW himself, Dr. Craig Wright, aka Satoshi Nakamoto, telling us his drive for creating such a phenomenal system such as Bitcoin. Take the floor, Craig.
I want Bitcoin not to go up to 10,000 or 100,000. I want it to be worth millions per Bitcoin.
Wow, I mean, that sounds pretty good. That is ambitious, but I've seen your work and I know how brilliant Bitcoin is, so I think that's actually genuinely possible, and I'm well in there to help it along. Stick my foot in, do whatever I need to help out. But when you strip it down to it, is that the bare bones of it?
That's it, and that's what we spend money for. Very simple.
Loving that. I'm in. Count me in, most definitely. So we've got the hash rate 0.7%, network nodes 1.6, transactions 27.5. What's gone on there? Transactions suddenly shot their load. But look at this block size, still 91%. I wonder if that's still... Oh, well, I mean, that might be over a 24-hour period. But transaction is a little bit strange there. Unless something's gone offline or something like that. Who knows? We'll do a bit of digging and investigation in a moment as we go through these figures. So let's just have a look at the block size here. But before we do that, we'll just have our regular guest, Michael Sader, on the show, because his enthusiasm never fails to lift me up. So, Michael, what do you say to all those people that say Bitcoin should be changed and F-upped and, add all these little things that make it unusable, like replaced by fee and child pays for parent and Lightning Network and SegWit, which means it brings under the central control of Blockstream so that it has no fundamental value. What do you say to all those people that say Bitcoin should be changed?
I like Bitcoin the way it is.
Oh, well, so do we, Michael. But how do you compete with that when we say we really like it?
In fact, I love Bitcoin the way it is.
All right, mate, calm down. Well, you can't just leave it there. You're going to have to explain yourself. What is it about Bitcoin that you love so much?
The way it's currently constructed, it is possible to put all $250 trillion of monetary energy.
$250 trillion of monetary energy. That sounds huge. Where's that going to go?
In big blocks of encrypted energy on the blockchain.
Well, they do sound like big blocks. What sort of numbers are we talking about?
Maybe the Bitcoin will be 1 million. You can probably calculate $10 million of Bitcoin or something.
Whoa, $10 million of Bitcoin or something. Where's that going to fit and where's it going to go?
Big blocks, $100 million chunks on the blockchain.
All right, mate. Here we go. Let's have a look at this then. So, look at these blocks coming in. Beautiful. So, these are the megabytes on Bitcoin. 1, 5, 37, 15, 31, 15, 39, 4, 5, 4, 36, 1, 11, 3. Beautiful. And remember, the shitcoiners would have you believe that the network shits itself at 22 megabytes. Let's have a look at Amarie's coin. Oh, dear, look, still struggling to get all of his blocks over 1 kilobyte. Oh, dear. And let's count the megabytes on Bcrash. We've got 1, 2, 3. Is that it? 3 blocks over a megabyte today. And let's have a look at Corecoin. Do they have all their 1 megabyte blocks filled? Yeah, they do. Oh dear, never mind. Right then, hash rate. So hash rate follows price, follows value, follows utility, follows creativity, initiative, and intelligence. If you are intelligent and you apply creativity and initiative, you can make something useful. When something is useful, it can then create value. When it creates value, it can then develop a price. When it develops a price, it can then be measured against the cost of other goods and services and used as a medium of exchange. There we go. Proof of work by network. Again, all these shitcoins will just simply fall into their own footprint because they're Ponzi schemes, and that's what Ponzi schemes do. They collapse overnight. Bcrash Bitcoin hash rate, who cares? Bcrash Bitcoin proof of work, who cares? Look at this, it is 17,284 times cheaper to transact on Bitcoin than Corecoin, and it's cheaper than all of these other shitcoins as well. And it's currently 8.9% more profitable to mine on Corecoin than Bitcoin. Shows you the competition. Yeah, love it. So daily average Bitcoin block size by network, Bitcoin absolutely smashing it. Absolutely smashing it. In fact, we can have a look at the genuine proportions here of this. Look at the block size now. Whoa, look at that. Look at that. Absolutely amazing. Amazing. That is it. That's the block size in proportion. Look, you can see on the left hand side, that's proportional. Look, absolutely huge. Amazing. Amazing. So yeah, that's what it looks like on an unproportional graph there, because these lines here sort of diminish as they increase in size. So daily Bitcoin transactions by network, Bitcoin winning, transactions per block by network. Oh, Corecoin just got us there, never mind. So daily average Bitcoin fees by network, so that's fees in the block, not fees per transaction. So the correlation there with Bcrash don't match the transaction, so they've got an issue with transaction fees there. SirToshi's again, Bcrash got a problem. Yeah, Bcrash got a problem with a block reward as well, because this is the ratio between the fees in the block and the block reward itself, not the transaction fees. Daily accumulated Bitcoin blockchain growth by network. Look at that, Bitcoin starting to go parabolic. Absolutely amazing. Look at this. Look at this. Beauty. Well, I mean, look at it. It's going almost vertical. Amazing. So we've now got Bitcoin with 391 gigabytes worth of data on chain versus just 358 on KuCoin. So let's have a quick chat with Craig here to let us know what we can expect from Bitcoin.
We've tested up to 380 gigabyte blocks.
Imagine all the data over the last 10 years in one single block. Amazing.
We've tested 1 million transactions a second.
Love it.
And transaction sizes up to 20 megabytes.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Can scale each of those transactions 1,000 times, which effectively means about 1 billion transactions per second, which means we can then have all derivatives, all complex trades. That means high frequency trading. It means everything that happens globally.
Which is basically the entire world on chain. Because for the first time ever, what he has actually designed is a world's first ever commercial internet, of which everything will go on, because everything has value, whether it's commodity value, intrinsic value, personal value, it all has a value. And when it comes to commodity value or intrinsic value, that can actually be measured in micropayments. Something is valuable to you. You've put energy into creating something. Therefore, it has value at an amount. It may be less than a cent or less than a penny, but when we have micropayments, you can actually put a value on it. And people won't mind spending thousands of a cent to upload something that, a bit of data that they actually own, which means that these large corporations can't track it, monitor it, sell it, and do all the things that invade our privacy and erode our sovereignty. It's absolutely amazing. Amazing. And let's just have a look at the actual growth. Yeah, look at that. We're now 37 gigabytes in front. So basically 37 gigabytes. The KuCoin chain is only 358. So that's more than 10%. We've got more than, our chain is more than 10% in front of KuCoin in terms of data on chain. Absolutely amazing. Love it. Love it. All right, let's get into the politics quickly then. So global hash rate, 7 days. Yeah, it looks like there's more mining companies going on there. Oh, Matterpool is on there. Good. SV Pool, all right. Global hash rate, 24 hours. That should match KuCoin. Again, there's going to be a little bit of difference in here because of the situation in China at the moment. B crash, again, just absolute joke swaps mining on here. There's no value in this dead chain whatsoever. And Bitcoin, have a look at this. So Tau absolutely rinsing it. So they've been testing B drive, whatever that is. By the looks of the charts, but I mean, loving that. Shame there's no Matterpool on there. I thought we might see them. Never mind. But the whole idea of this is to squeeze all these shitcoin enterprises like via BTC and BTC.com off the chain, so that they're not holding any of this, which is the world's valuable commodity. They will be falling over themselves to get their hands on it, which means in order to get it, they're going to be dumping their shitcoins. And being the largest holders of shitcoins in the entire world, it's going to absolutely decimate the shitcoin market, which is fine by me. And Anne-Marie's elementary cash. Oh dear, what a joke. Right, so let's have a look at the short positions, because all these shitcoin enterprises know is price manipulation, dollar worshipping, and and opening these short positions. Let's have a little look here. I did have this page open just a second ago. Come on, Bitfinex, let's do this. So this is short positions on the Bitcoin, which is obviously genuine Bitcoin. Now, I would normally have a sip of a coffee while I'm waiting for this. Just going to have to edit this bit out. There we go. Right, where are the short positions now? Here we go. So still 90% short positions. What a joke that is. Good grief. Let's have a look at KuCoin. Oh, look at that. Look at that. The short positions have come right back down. Now like 11%. They shot up to like, look at that. What was that? 33. I must be the world's worst trader. I thought, that might be an indication of something that's coming. And then they just vanished the next night. I did put, luckily it was only like a little cheeky little trade. I thought, try. But lesson learned. I'm just, trading just means that you have to basically, to go with the market and the market being really stupid. And the reason the market is stupid is because in order to make money, traders have to bet against the market. That's why I don't like traders, because they can't operate without complete and utter self-interest, because they're trading against other people. Trading does not unify people; it divides people because it's a really selfish act. So if you're a whale trader and you're the one manipulating the market, you want to make irrational decisions so that you beat those who make rational decisions, which means that the only traders who actually win are those whales who are manipulating the market in completely irrational decisions, because it's completely manipulated, to go against those that actually trade trying to use logic. And then you've got those other people just simply gambling with some stupid ideas that then think they got it right because their stupid ideas paid off. So there's just no point in trading. Yeah, what a joke. What a joke. Right, let's have a look at Bitcoin blocks live. Let's refresh this. Beautiful. So for any newbies watching the show for the first time, the vertical rectangular blocks moving across the top of the screen are the transactions being recognized by the mining nodes on the network. Now, as soon as they're recognized by more than 50% of the nodes, which is instantly, because the network is an ultra small world mandala network shaped like this, which means that as the size of the network increases, the density of the links goes to 0, making it ultra small world and highly sparse respectively. It basically means that simple changes on the original network formulation can lead to an improved topology against malicious attacks, which means it just stays running. It's amazing. Amazing. So as soon as they're recognized by more than 50% of the nodes on the network, which is instantly, the transactions are then thrown into the memory pool, which is where they're competed for by the miners and payment processors in order to create a block, put the transaction within a block, and then place the block on the blockchain, which is when they're rewarded with the Coinbase data, otherwise known as the block reward, otherwise known as freshly minted Bitcoin. Let's just zoom out on this, see if we can see those lovely blocks that came in yesterday. Look at that. Amazing. Amazing. Loving that. Loving that. So in this 254 megabyte block, there was only, look at that, was only 75 transactions in there. So that means each of those transactions had large amounts of data. Right, that would explain why the transaction count is down, but the volume of data is high. These are huge transactions. Huge data transactions. Wow. Total fees just $31.45, and we'll let Laura Shin explain the significance of fees in the block versus block reward right now. Here we go. So take the floor, Laura Shin.
So, as you mentioned, at a certain point when the block reward stops, there will be a transition where miners will be compensated in transaction fees, not in the block reward. And the current amount that they earn is from fees is about 9% of the block reward. And so we'd have to see transaction fees 11x by roughly 2140, which is when the new Bitcoins will stop being minted. But I just wondered, if we don't see an increase in the amount of transactions that can happen at layer 1, because the number of layer 1 transactions is limited. And right now, I feel like a lot of the scaling is focusing on layer 2. Can transaction fees 11x in that time, or will that require people to pay a lot more per transaction?
Over the next couple halving cycles, we should see it start to predominantly be the value that is compensated to the miners in the block reward. If Bitcoin is the world reserve currency that doesn't have a strong security model, like there's not a lot of monetary compensation in the block reward due to transaction fees, well, then its long-term security will be weak. If it is the world reserve currency, there will be very, very many layer 1 transaction fees.
Okay, yeah. So it sounds like you think it is possible that the amount in transaction fees will maybe not be enough on layer 1 to replace the block reward when the time comes.
Absolutely, there won't be enough transactions on layer 1 to replace the block reward when the time comes, because it's purposely restricted to 1 megabyte, which only allows for 4.6 transactions per second. You absolute nitwit. Shout out to people in the chat box, say Coco Monzo 9 and .NET Debug. Is there any consequence to Binance, or just told to get out of the UK? Well, it just means they can't. Just means they're going to lose their UK customers, and maybe get fined if they continue to breach laws, I guess. .NET Debug says, loving that chart. If it was a chart of BTC or BCH, would you be critical of their 51% attack? I would probably just rub it in, but that's because they don't understand. There isn't really any such thing as a 51% attack. You are either mining the protocol and following the protocol, or you're not, and you cause a chain split. That's it. Having sort of if over 51% of the hash rate on the network might say, well, it's lacking credibility, but your competition will increase as price increases and demand increases for it. So there isn't really anything. A 51% attack was more just FUD caused by these shitcoiners with shit for brains who know absolutely nothing. You're either following the protocol because you believe that's the most valuable protocol to follow, which is BSV, or you're mining an alternative protocol which is a shitcoin like BTC or BCH, which literally have no fundamental value whatsoever. Which is why I'm saying, what we're looking at the moment is amazing, because the only way, because they're having trouble mining BSV, which is the genuine Bitcoin, which is the only protocol with any fundamental value, which means that when they're coming to get their hands on it, they'll be just simply offloading their bags, because they'll suddenly realize that the shitcoins they're holding are absolutely and utterly worthless. That's how it's going to go. It's going to go absolutely mental. So do you think 7 transactions a second is going to service all of this lot? The backbone of the new global financial infrastructure, the world's first ever commercial internet? No. Bitcoin was designed to scale and do billions of transactions per second, just like Satoshi, aka CSW, said it was. Amazing. Let's have a look at BitInfo charts. Yeah, so transactions down here. So only 6.3% of the overall transactions on the entire shit show, but none of these coins have any fundamental value whatsoever because the data just simply isn't safe. That's the whole point of Bitcoin. It's the only protocol where the data is absolutely genuinely safe because it's truly decentralized, as in like the chain of signatures to hold all the developers accountable, so that there is no central point of control. It's crazy. And let's just have a listen to David Schwartz, the Chief Technical Officer at Ripple, explaining that XRP is a load of crap.
The XRP is a digital asset. It's censorship resistant. It's publicly traded. It trades on the XRP ledger. Ripple does not own or control the XRP ledger in any way.
Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit.
So how did Ripple then get all the XRP that it has? It has about half the supply. So just how did that particular transaction happen?
Oh yeah, good question. How did Ripple end up with half the supply? Because that doesn't really sound fair to me.
So the way its design works is when the ledger first began operation, the 100 billion XRP, all that will ever exist, were sort of up for grabs.
Remind me to look up the economic theory of up for grabs.
And lots of people grabbed XRP out of that system, but it just so happens that obviously, just like early miners mined, huge amounts of Bitcoin before the public knew about it or was using it, early XRP users grabbed large amounts of that pool of XRP. And so the people who developed the ledger wound up with, the vast majority of it.
Yeah, just one more time, David. How did they end up with half of it?
People who developed the ledger wound up with, the vast majority of it.
And let's listen to Ethereum not being able to scale.
It scales somewhat.
It hardly scales at all.
Plans or initial we knew it wasn't going to be scalable for sure.
More like fail. Let's have a look at transactions. 3 years on the log curve. This is just transactions, so there isn't going to be any movement in that just yet, but that's Bitcoin in the purple. Oh yeah. Scaling test network, just checking the figures. Yep, still the same. Alrighty. Now, Terranode, take the floor. Shadows.
We have run this across all 10 nodes, and I have actually seen volumes in excess of 100,000 per second. I wasn't quite brave enough to try that one today, live on stage. But there we have a real-life example of a Terranode that is able to scale. If I had more time, I would show you one that's actually running at a steady-state capacity and show that it actually can continue for a long period of time without any problems.
Amazing. Listen to the disclaimer.
For reference, we don't think that the Bitcoin SV software would be able to handle a validation rate like that at this point in time.
And the timeline.
By the end of this month, we're hoping to actually have alpha versions of Terranode listening on the mainnet. They won't be trying to produce blocks. They'll just be listening and processing peer-to-peer messages. We'll also build, we have built scale testnets, global scale testnets for the Terranode specifically. We can't do this on the scaling testnet because we'll crush it.
Fantastic.
Because we have proven that Terranode can scale, we've proven what Satoshi always said about Bitcoin. Bitcoin can and does scale. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Steve. More like beautiful, beautiful. So trends.cash, TDX Pip still absolutely rinsing it. But yeah, it looks like whatever it was, this B drive thing, that's now down in third. That was absolutely macking it yesterday. So if you ask me, I'd probably say that's, Worldline, some large institution testing it. I mean, just amazing, amazing. Crypto Quant, yeah, the exchanges have been cashing out of their reserves, causing a liquidity squeeze, and Tether printing has caused a massive spike in the price, which means it's a huge bubble. Oh dear. What's on chain? Estimated next block size 5.2 megabytes. Memory pool usage currently 10.91. Look at the transactions coming in. Beautiful. Joho's meme pool. This is what a memory pool is meant to look like. Data comes in, then it gets cleared. What it's not meant to look like is a swimming pool. Like BTC probably. Look at that. What a joke. Makes me laugh every time. And just to see what that has caused, you can see it on TX Street. There's an absolute joke shop here. So we've got Cool Coin with a median transaction fee of $2.20. And let's have a word with the CEO of Blockstream, Adam Back, to see about his expectations of a payment network.
So, fee estimation in some cases is quite bad. If you're paying a friend, you can probably afford to wait 4 hours and not pay a priority fee.
Oh, shut up, you muppet. And Vitalik's Ethereum currently got a median transfer fee of 42 cents. So, what do you say to that, Vitalik?
The internet of money should not cost 5 cents a transaction. It's kind of absurd.
Really? So what do you call 42 cents a transaction? Oh dear. And our own shit show that we're in, what do we know about excessive money printing?
Statistical analysis has found that every time an empire begins to near its own demise, you'll find that its currency will be debased.
Yeah, it's not looking good, is it? So knowing that Bitcoin is the only thing that can save us, how are we feeling about it? CoinGecko, 74%, good. Loving that. Morning run, 24-hour trade volume, $957. Excellent, good, glad to see that. Move fast and break stuff does not mean breaking the law. Let's have a look at the depth chart. 5.4 million asks versus 6.6 million bids. Current price, $126, nice. Let's have a look at the chart. Bitcoin versus USD. Here we go, Bitfinex. Okay, upsy downsies. Let's check out Core Coin versus USD. Gonna edit. There we go. That's more like it. Live show and all that. So upsy downsies. Oh yeah, kind of similar really. All right. And TDX Pip. So this is Bitcoin versus Core Coin. Yeah, like going down. That's 3 hours per candle there. Alrighty. Let's look at the actual coin crab chart. So we got a Core Coin up 3.5. Where is Bitcoin? Up 4.8. We'll take that. Loving that. Let's look at any other shit coins on there. Theta Fuel down there. Good grief. Bitcoin, Binance Coin. Shiba Inu. Like, seriously? I just can't believe that people are this dumb, but yeah, they are. Solana, again, using proof of history. I mean, what a joke that is. An absolute joke. I mean, it's all sales. Yeah, they were going on about, imagine being able to timestamp something as if it's like a newspaper and go back in time to be sure that something happened. There is no competition between the counters in the system. It's a completely centralized network. It has no value as money whatsoever. It's an absolute joke. Literally an absolute joke. Well, just like all these joke shops are, really. But, I mean, good grief. Good grief. All right, let's have a look at YouTube. So, current subscribers, 577. 40 in the last 28 days. All right, let's have a look at some of my videos performing. So here we are, yeah, plan B. Oh, 111 views on yesterday's chart show. Women of BSV, 142. Good. All right, let's have a quick look at CoinGeek's Kirk Wattock video with Stephen Matthews. It was about 4,800 views yesterday. There it is. Oh, 4,900. 4,972. That'll be 5,000 views very soon. Lovely jubbly. Let's have a look at Streamanity. Hey, made over $1.60 revenue on yesterday's video. Lovely jubbly. 290 followers. Yep, we'll take that. Let's have a look at Twitch. New users, 24 hours. 34? 34? Well, you know, still heading in the right direction. 421 followers for me. Let's check out Ruthie's tweet. 967. There we go. 968. Let's check out our man Satoshi. Where is he? There we go. 79,300 followers. The Twitter are taking his followers away. That was 80,000 the other day. Good grief. And let's have a look at stablecoin printer. Any USDT. Oh, look at that. It's all USDC. USD Binance coin. Oh, my goodness me. Absolute scams. No more Tether. Oh, my goodness. Wow. There we go. Right then, peeps. That's today's show finished. We are now up to date with the figures. Hope you enjoyed it. Catch you guys later. Get paid for posting your pics on Relica. Download the app now at www.getrelica.com. Get your tweet etched on Twitch, forever on the Bitcoin blockchain. Do it today at www.jointwitch.com. BuyBSV.live, the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online. Support independent content creators on micropayment platforms such as Streamanity, Twitch and Relica. We should profit from our data, not the large corporations who track, monitor and sell it. If you enjoy the Bitcoin content that I produce, please support me by heading over to www.sirtoshi.tv, where you can keep up to date with all the latest news, gossip and content as it's created. Thanks very much. To get started in Bitcoin, go to freebsv.com, where you can claim your free Bitcoin. Then head over to Twitter and follow @IamSatoshi, where you can take part in his very generous and world famous free giveaways. The future of advertising meets the power of Bitcoin at Tonic Pow. Get paid for posting advertising campaigns to your social media profiles. Go to www.tonicpowads.com.